for the people who don't know, where we at right now in the city? Because we in Atlanta right now, but a lot of people, they don't know what the inside of this building look like yet, but it's gonna be known. Where we at?
We on Simpson, but I know for the new Atlanta, it's 2097 Joseph E. Boone Boulevard.
Okay.
Atlanta, Georgia, 30314. Older people, it's Simpson. We on Simpson Road down before you get to Collier Heights and Lincoln Cemetery.
So that's what we are now, we older people?
We older people. Yeah, older people. Yeah, not our generation, not my nephews and my son's ages. Yeah, they don't know about this dirt over here.
Okay, so before we go any further, bro, what is the Stop the Violence Safe 60? What is this? I've been seeing it everywhere, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
So Safe 60 is something I've been sitting on a couple months, waiting on the right time to launch it.
Okay.
Safe 60 is an initiative that we want to push Atlanta to go 60 days with no killing. You know, no violence.
Okay.
You know, no domestic violence. You know, no ads. Maybe, you know, we may get away with the simple things, argument, fights. You know what I mean? A little dope, but we don't want no killing. So I want to make it my mission. Well, it's my purpose.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit every hot spot in Atlanta to push this agenda where the kids making the most noise at.
Okay. I see a community route and schedule. What is that?
So this is scheduled. So we set dates. We kind of pre-grand dates on locations we're going to hit through this Safe 60. We started on Lanier Street October 14th. So this Tuesday was our first stop on Safe 60.
Okay.
It went really well.
Okay.
Our next spot, we're going to stop up in Vine City. So this Tuesday.
Let me ask you, so when you went out there to Lanier Street, what does the atmosphere look like?
Young adults.
Yeah.
More young adults.
Yeah.
Because it's not really like no adjacent apartment. So young adults, older people. And so the purpose of this mission right now with Safe 60, while we're hitting so many stops, to stop the killing, we got to put the love in the air.
Okay.
I think if we can circle Atlanta with enough prayer, you know, enough right doing.
Yeah.
You know, I think we can change the atmosphere in the air. So we're trying to change the atmosphere. We're trying to show people that black men can support black people.
Okay. I'm with that. The next one is in Vine City on the 21st.
Yep.
That is, what's this? 18th.
This Tuesday coming up.
Tuesday. Then I start counting my fingers.
Yeah, every Tuesday. So Safe 60 is every Tuesday. But since I started the game, right, I always say I'm the coach, right? And sometimes as a coach, you can always change the rules to your game.
Right.
It's Safe 60. We got the Tuesdays allocated.
Yeah.
But I'm open. You can reach out to me, inbox me, call me. Thursday we in the building, so I can't do Thursday, but Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. If you say, hey, Bojack, bring the Safe 60 to my community, we're showing up.
Okay. So what about the people who, they believe in the movement, they know where your heart at, but they ain't got the time to come out there, but they want to support? How can they get in contact with you for donations or financial help or spreading the word? How can they get in contact with you?
So how you can get in contact, man? I got Cash App, Grandmama's house.
Okay.
We got Zelle through Grandmama's house.
Okay.
And we got PayPal through Grandmama's house, and we have QR codes. So we putting QR codes up on our website now.
Okay.
I just activated the QR code. So the next wave of flyers will have QR codes on it. So,
okay. So what is Grandma's house?
So Grandmama's house, it started so I'm gonna make this story short.
Okay.
But it's powerful.
Okay.
So my grandmama's name was Evangelist Bertha Williams. My grandmama, Miss Bertha Williams, she's been a street minister. She's been a staple to this Dixie Hill community, this Northwest Side of Atlanta, my whole life. My grandmama was a member of Dixie Hill First Baptist Church. But my grandmama conducted Bible studies at her house every Saturday the last 50 years to her passing. My grandmama not only conducted Bible studies, my grandmama did street ministries. So when she wasn't doing the Bible study in the house, she had a bullhorn. Everybody grew up over here knows she would hit these street blocks, hit the horn, and she did Bible study on these street corners.
Wow.
Now, I was a young jit into sports, but then I got into the streets, so me and my friends was just corrupted people on this side of town, not knowing that she was my biggest inspiration.
And what, because I've heard your name without seeing the face, and just from one man to another, I've heard some scary stories about BoJack. You're a nice guy now. You're a nice guy now, but it ain't always been that way.
Yeah.
When did you start as a child? When did you start to dive deeper off into the street life as we know it?
Ooh, that's a good one. So I think I dug deep off into the street life at 13.
That's early.
I was real early. I was really good in sports.
Okay.
Broke all the recreation sports records. I don't think these kids will ever catch my records.
What sports?
Football.
Football. What position?
Running back.
Okay.
So, like at Big Hill, right? Simpson Rd, but at Big Hill, my gym. I was just joking. But, some championships where I had scored like 14, 15 touchdowns.
I don't think y'all played Midway Park though.
Yeah, we was killed everything.
I don't remember.
Me, Dinah, and we probably was the greatest recreation team ever come through the state of Georgia. Private facts. I don't think nobody can dispute that. I think me, Dinah, Weed, Kerr, and Carl, I think that deal with Coach Walker, facts, was the greatest recreation team that ever come through Georgia.
You saying it with a straight face like you ain't joking at all.
Yeah, we were the greatest team to ever come, the greatest assembled football team to ever play in the state of Georgia.
Okay, all right.
Facts. Nobody would never do things we did. Like me, Dinah, rest in peace, Dinah died when we was in high school. He was cutting school. He couldn't swim. They was in the pond and he drowned. You know what I mean? He was like spectacular.
Yeah.
Spectacular. Like, he was another level kind of athlete, man.
Yeah.
One of the greatest to ever do it. So rest in peace, Dinah Wheat. Man, he was, man. If you don't, if you my age, you know about Dinah Wheat.
Yeah. So with you being as talented as you are, being in the environment that you were in, did the street life mesh with the sports, or did you put the sports down and just dive into the street life?
So what happened is so interesting you say that, because over the while I've been overlooking my life.
Okay.
And we dove into the street life. Me, Coco, Julio, Lil Man, Nod, Jermaine, we dove. And so like back in the day, our natural hustle was robbing. So what I understood now that the older guys, they influenced us. So some notorious robbers back in the day, they turned us out on that Jones. So our first hustle at 13, we was stealing cars, robbing people at 13, 14. So that what made, so you gotta think, this end of Simpson was notorious for hustling. We didn't really have no guys that was really selling cocaine that made a name. You had them on Bankhead, then you had some in Dixie Hill. But we were them young people that made a name up Simpson, that we was the crew that we went and took niggas off and we terrorized communities back then. And then Coco get killed at 14. Shot in the head. Then I come back the next summer. Well, hold on, take that lie back. Jermaine and Johnny get killed first at 15. They got shot up, killed. Then we come back because it's like every summer a different criminal was in the juvenile. Only consistent person that was on the street every year with everybody was me.
Okay.
When Coco was in juvenile, I was on the street. When Lil Man was in juvenile, I was on the street. When Nod was in juvenile, Coco
What Lil Man is it?
Aaron Houston.
Okay.
Notorious.
Okay.
Like if he was living, I think Atlanta wouldn't know what to do. I think at a young age, he put the fear. He had a fear game. Like he was just. But we was taught bad habits. So, but I was always the athlete. I'm the one who everybody hung at my grandmama's house. At some point in time, my grandmama's house. Now she was an evangelist. My grandmama did Bible study every week, right?
Bro, every time you talk about your grandma, your eyes light up. You know what I mean? But go ahead. I just noticed that like it brings joy to you when you start talking about it.
Yeah, because she was inspirational.
Yeah.
But we always like, now as you get older, you be like, wow.
Yeah.
You could be a person's biggest joy and a person's greatest disappointment. And with her friends, like I was always the criminal in the family.
Yeah.
You know, my oldest cousin, he went to prison. He got out. My other one went to prison. But, you know, I was the one that carried the torch. You know, because once after Coco got killed, and then we come back and Lil Man and Nod get killed. Prior to then, Jermaine them got killed. And then another guy I looked up to was in the street name was Michael Carroll. Peace out, Michael Carroll. He get killed. And all this was before I was 15 years old.
So at the time, are you really soaking all this in, or is it just you rocking and rolling?
You can't see it. I'm rocking and rolling, you know. And I ain't even involved in what I am, because at this point, I had a guy say, "Hey, bro, I got to get you out the street." Now, when I get to high school, I was the man that does, because I was an athlete. Right. I was a first-class criminal, but I was the top-notch athlete. You know, naturally. Yeah. And I look back and say, if I could have had somebody pushing me, you know, putting their feet in my neck a little bit more. But now at this age, I said, that ain't what God wanted me. You know, God spared me. You know, and I've been involved with all type criminal activities on the street. You know what I mean? Like, whatever it is, I was engaged with it. But I never left Simpson Rd.
Let me ask you this, because at 15, you in school, you playing ball, but you still got your hands in a little bit of the dirt. What does the household look like? Is there a mom or dad, or is it solely on grandma?
So I was on grandmama, because I didn't live with my mama. My grandmama raised me. My sister wanted my grandmama to raise me.
You say your sister wanted your grandmama to raise you?
Yeah, because my grandmama had got my sister when she was younger, so she came and got me. But my mama raised my two younger sisters, so I was their responsibility. So I always took care of them. Yeah. My younger sisters. Okay. And I had free will. You know, I just had too much free will. You know, I think what was happening, I wasn't getting paid attention to. So, you know, and that's how a kid get caught in the streets. And at this point, my grandmama's house was the hangout. Now, I keep telling y'all, she was the evangelist. She did the ministry. Yeah. She spread the God to everybody. She was a staple to the community. But at times, I had 50 people a day down in her house hanging. But she never judged. You know, that's the takeaway I take from my grandmama. She never judged me. Yeah. So I realized with the older people, they know if you keep putting enough God in him, eventually he gonna take over him.
Now, with you being so deep off in the streets and being kind of like the cornerstone of a lot of stuff that some of these rappers be mimicking or pretending to be to one degree or another, did you ever reach the chain gang?
Yeah, I did. So I got caught up. A nigga set me up, right? I did like 7.5, 8 years. And you know what? Now, once I sat down, I realized that was God wanted me. Yeah. Because I had hatred in my heart. Like, I had some people that was, you know, that's another story, but I had hatred in my heart. Yeah. At some point, life had turned me. I went from a guy that used to club, you know, because I kind of broke Alex into Atlanta. You know, I was the one he was rocking with when we was doing all the clubs. And I was the first one he catered to, you know, we was doing.
Hold on, Alex is the one that...
AG.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my man. Like, I kind of broke him in. Yeah. Because I was rocking with him when he was doing the Kaya, doing all the other spots. We used to go to the club, fuck it up for a lot of years. Fuck it up a little bit more. You know, I was getting 50 niggas in the club at one time. You know, I was rocking with him every venue we had. You know, we was there rocking with him. So I kind of like,
okay, so the time that you do, is this state or is this federal?
It ended up being state by the grace of God. Probably wish it would have went federal, but it went state. And it still didn't change my life. It just, at this point, I just had hatred. You know what I mean? So once I sat down and went to prison, because my oldest cousin got killed. And, you know, once he got killed, it kind of spiraled me mentally out of control. You know, and I was like a demon. I was going to be a demon on the street.